there wasn't pain, it wouldn't be worth it.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Journey to Greatness with David McDonald, the GOAT. And we're on day 53. It's been a tremendous ride. I say it every single day because every single day is a tremendous ride. Every single day it's just been amazing. Today was a very, very sore day. My legs are killing me from the workout that we did, but it's okay. We pushed through. Morning. Good morning, Liz. Righty. I'm ready. Let's do it. Day 53. Whew. Wow. Wow. Hmm. For those of you who are just joining us, on the journey to greatness, we meditate to pretty much change our mental directions and set the intention for ourselves um, in a good direction. All is well. And so it is. Hmm. Dang. Dang. Okay, so this is actually a pretty good chapter. So we talked about yesterday about wealth really truly being in who you are, rather than how much money you have. And the ultimate goal in life is to release and nurture your body, soul, and spirit. That's the ultimate prize. And now Tony is talking about the science of achievement and the different skills that you need. So the first step to achieving anything that you want is focus. And he says, remember, wherever your focus goes, your energy flows. When you put your entire focus on something that really matters to you, when you can't stop thinking about it every day, this intense focus unleashes a burning desire that can help you obtain what might otherwise be out of reach. Here's what's going on beneath the surface. A part of your brain called the reticular activating system is activated by your desire, and this mechanism draws your attention to whatever can help you achieve your goal. The second step to creating an extraordinary quality of life is to go beyond hunger, drive, and desire, and to consistently take massive action. This is a kicker, a big one, a huge one. This is the thing that I feel a lot of people don't execute on, or this is a fact universally. A lot of people dream big, but never get started. To succeed, you need to take massive action, but you also need to find the most effective execution strategy, which means changing your approach until you find what works best. You can speed up the process exponentially by modeling people who have already been successful, which is why we focus so intently on money masters such as Warren Buffett, Ray Dalio, Jack Bogle, and David Swenson. By studying the right role models, you can learn in a week what might otherwise take you a decade. Huge. Huge. The reason why I respect people so much, especially people who are a little, not especially, but I respect people who have experience. Pause. The cool thing about talking to other people and actually conversating is I've been through things in my life. You've been through things in your life. So if we have a conversation, if there's something that you're thinking about If that's something you've been pondering on or what have you, and I've experienced it already, then I can ask you, or you could ask me one question, and I can give you 15 years of experience. So I've been building myself since, like, let's say my sophomore year, like consciously building since my sophomore year in high school. So, like, if you were to ask me what my intellectual journey and how it started was, like, because I've been paying attention consciously since 2007, I can tell you, what what the last 10 years, I can give you 10 years of experience in 5 minutes. So when you're talking to people, appreciate them for what they've went through, because whether negative or positive, they're giving you an experience. They're giving you knowledge that they've acquired over the course of their lifetime, which I think is really important. The third step to creating an extraordinary quality of life is whatever we want is grace. Some people call it luck. Some people call it God. Here's what I can tell you. Based on my own experience, the more acknowledged grace the more you acknowledge grace in your life, the more you seem to have it. I've been amazed to see how a deep sense of appreciation brings more and more grace into our lives. Of course, you need to do everything in your power to achieve your goals, but there are still things over which you have no control. Even the fact that you were born at this time in history, that you were given a brain and a heart that you didn't have to earn, and that you get benefit from the awesome power of modern technologies like the internet. None of this was within your control, nor did you create these gifts. Now you know the 3 basic keys of achievement, but as important as achievement is there's second skill that you will need to master if you want to create an extraordinary life. This skill is what I call the art of fulfillment. So we'll go into the art of fulfillment, I think, tomorrow. But essentially, what Tony goes on to say is, like, he met, like, his friend called him over to look at this painting. He paid $89 million for it at an auction at Sotheby's. They were both vacationing at their Idaho home. And, so his friend asked him to come over and look at the painting. And so Tony thought it was going to be this extravagant, like, not Picasso, but like Picasso style painting, Renaissance. And he got over to his friend's house and it was just a big orange square. And so he cracked a joke saying, like, "Oh, I'll pay you $100 to buy this." But his friend paid $86 million for it. So essentially what he was saying is, like, you have to find fulfillment in the things that are fulfilling to you. So things that make you feel fulfilled. Then he goes into, like, Robin Williams. Robin Williams, was a national icon. Everybody liked Robin Williams. And toward the end of his career, he was diagnosed with illnesses. He had problems in and out with drugs and alcohol addiction. And then he ended up hanging himself, like, just out of nowhere. He ended up hanging himself. Maybe not nowhere for his family. Maybe, I don't know what he was going through internally within his private sphere, but in the public sphere, it was like, wow, out of nowhere, Robin Williams kills himself, and so Tony goes to continue to explain that you have to find fulfillment. Robin Williams, made his Oscars. He was in movies. He was on TV shows. He had a family. He created everything that he imagined, but in the end, he wasn't fulfilled, so he killed himself. So that was actually a really powerful chapter. I think it's really important for us to we'll just cruise through. I think it's really important for us to really find the things that fulfill ourselves, and to also be aware of what fulfillment feels like. So the cool thing is, this is actually a concept. This came up to me. I was having a good conversation with my buddy Parm, and I was explaining or talking about this idea of satisfaction. So some people may ask the question, And feel free to go into your journaling exercise. But some people may ask the question that says, how do I feel like I have $1 million and I've never made $1 million, right? It's not reality. That's not realistic. I don't have $1 million in my account. Well, the thing I will encourage you to do, you've made $5 before, right? And $5 may or may not be a lot of money to you. You made $100 before, right? I might have talked about this before. You made $1,000 before, right? You've made probably $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 in a month, right? Whatever your number is that you've achieved, go all the way back or start at the $100 bill that you earned and how you felt. So when you sit in that feeling of how you felt when you made that $100, you know what that feeling feels like. It feels absolutely amazing. I made $100. Wow, I did this and I earned $100. Or somebody just gave you $100, whatever, right? So what you do is, or what you want to do is, you want to take that feeling and you want to just substitute 100 with 1 million. Okay. Now there's a lot of different variables to this too. Well, there's a few other variables, which is defining like who you are as a person, defining what you would do even if when the time comes for you to earn the $1 million or for you to have it in your possession, what you would do with the money, how you want your life to be after you receive the money, what your personality will be, now that the money is here, right? So then you got to define these things. You got to find who you are. Pause. It could potentially be dangerous for you just to say, I want $1 million at all costs, right? Because then when you get it, you're like, whoa, this isn't what I was expecting. Then you allow the universe to use its imagination against you, and you're supposed to be wielding and taking control of it. So when you scale that idea, if you have $100 in your account, you're like, yeah, that's what it feels like to have money in my account, $1 that I can put my finger on, right? Then you say you have to dream. Another variable is you have to dream big enough so that your dream doesn't scare you and that you legitimately believe that you deserve everything that you're dreaming about. When you believe that you deserve everything that you're dreaming about, and everything that you want to be, then generating and earning $1 million is not out of the question if that's what you want. Okay, so the model is you find something a little bit smaller, like $100. You meditate and you live from the place of having $100. Then you scale that to $1 million. So if you say, I've earned $1 million and I deserve $1 million, and you live from that perspective and you supplement that feeling of earning $100, but substitute that with $1 million, then you will earn it. And what will start to happen is when you take that and you live in that $1 million that you want to achieve, then you will achieve it. That's strange. That same model, man. I don't know, man. Somebody's watching. Yeah, the internet keeps going off. But that same model, you take that and you scale it. You scale it to your personality. You scale it to who you are as a person, and then you say, "I can be this person," or "I." A really big one is like if you've been like diagnosed with something, diagnosed and respectfully diagnosed, right? And you want to change that. Um, you felt a time where you've been sick and then you felt better, right? So if you focus and you live from the place of always feeling better and you define yourself as not having to be reliable on medicine, even when I don't take it, it's crazy. My whole personality changes and and you notice it, right? Imagine a reality. Ignore your senses. Ignore what everything else around you is telling you, because your mind and your thought process behind it is the most powerful thing that we have. Okay, so you focus on this person that you are not on your medicine, and I truly believe that the natural healing process that will occur will blow your mind. And it's the same thing. So you just take that model, you take that small feeling, you substitute a big dream that you absolutely believe, that you build out, that you write out in your journal. And then from there, you live from that same where they're aligned. And then once they're aligned, you're able to manifest or start creating these things more frequently. And when it happens, you're going to be like, holy crap, did I just do that? Amazing. Absolutely amazing. There was one time in my real estate career so far where I had like 10 transactions pending at one time, right? 10 transactions pending at one time. And my goal, or in my mind 2 years ago, I was like, I met an agent who was really good. And I asked him a lot of questions and he gave me this strategy that was really, really cool. And so I adopted one of those strategies in my game into my real estate game. And I, like this year, at one point, I had 10 transactions pending at one time. And like I said, back then I set it for 11. But my point is like, things may or may not happen right away. So we can't give up. You know, we're on day 53. If you haven't seen an evolution yet, or if you haven't seen a change in your body or in your mindset, just give it some time. So find that sense of fulfillment within you. It's the most important takeaway today. And the rules, the universal laws of achievement, aligning your big dreams with the feelings of feeling fulfilled with a smaller experience, magnifying that smaller experience to the big dream. And now you have a base to manifest, create, build all these different types of things that you want with your mind, because you're feeling and you're living from a place of end, like you've already have accomplished it, achieved it. So anyway, with that, I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. It was a pause today. Pause. Lots of energy. 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 Okay. Woo. Yeah, we woke up today and I was like, man, it's going to be a rough one because my legs are super duper sore, my lower back. And so after this, I was thinking about taking a nap for like 20 minutes, but I don't think I'm going to do it anymore because I'm feeling like a rock star. I'm invincible. You're invincible. We can do anything that we put our minds to. We have tremendous energy and we live in a place of abundance and gratefulness where we appreciate everything and everything that we encounter, that we experience, and that we think about. Our lives are absolutely marvelous. We've made the biggest growth spurts in 2017. We're building ourselves. We're empowering ourselves. We are motivating ourselves. We are our biggest assets. We invest in ourselves. Self-development and self-help. That's what we do. We're swimming through life right now, you guys. We're backstroking. And I think that the most important thing is this community. I think that the most important thing is ourselves and our families and our friends and our associates and everybody that influences us, whether negative or positive. We take it with a grain of salt. We eat up the messages. We We absorb the messages. The messages become us. We discard the messages. We're always building. We're always building. All right. I'm not going back to bed. It's time to take charge. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. I love you guys. 5 a.m. tomorrow. Peace.